welcome back to my channel, or if you're just joining me, welcome, my name's Eve. Just want to address something. My face is so shiny right now because I went and just done a treatment and I put the primer on, and the lights are just making my face a lot more shinier than it is. So yeah, just wanted to address that quickly. But anyway, for today's video, we will be testing two foundations. I've tried both of these foundations and I think they're very, very similar, and the price difference, guys, is crazy shocking. Wait till you actually see it. As you can probably see by the title, I'll be testing two foundations and doing a wear test. So the first one I have is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Stick Foundation, and you can get this in 39 shades and it retails at £32. And also it lasts you 10 hours because I've done a wear test, so it definitely does last you 10 hours. And then it's going to be the Revolution foundation. You get this one in 18 shades and it retails at £5.99. And yeah, I'm just going to test both of these, do a wear test and see how they actually work and if they're quite similar. Only thing, this one is a lot more dearer than this one, but this one's got more shade availability. It's got 32 shades as this one's only got 18. So yeah, let's go and test them and jump into the video. So the first I'm going to test, so this was going to be the Makeup Revolution side and this is going to be the Huda Beauty side. So we're going to put this on first. So the shade I have is F7. I'm not sure if it's going to be perfect match, but I'm just going to put a couple kind of lines onto my face just like that, because that's pretty much what I do with Huda Beauty one, because it melts into your skin. And then I'm just gonna take a foundation brush and just buff that in and see how the coverage is, because with the Huda Beauty it covers quite well. You can build it, as probably with this one you would probably be able to do the same. It's quite buildable. It blends exactly the same as Huda Beauty one. It melts into your skin. As soon as it's on your skin, it melts onto your skin. And actually this one is a perfect match. It matches my skin, no complaints so far. So now the half of my face is done with the Makeup Revolution one. Went on easy, blended perfectly. It's actually covered quite well and I'm quite surprised how perfect that foundation matches my skin. It looks absolutely incredible. So now we're gonna go and put this on. This might be just a little darker because yeah, it's just a different kind of tone, so I'm not gonna put it as much. Just kind of put it onto my face, and I'm going to use a brand new brush. I'm not going to use the same brush that I used for the Makeup Revolution one. I'm just going to use this brush to buff that in, and we're just going to keep buffing that into my skin to make sure that it's all covered where it needs to be covered. I really can't wait to set my face. My face is so shiny. It's crazy. The camera is making it a lot worse. The lights are actually, that's what I meant to say, the lights are making it a lot worse because I just look so shiny. But it doesn't feel greasy or oily, it's just because I'm doing a new treatment and my skin is needing it. Now I have the both of my foundations on. They're both buffed in, blended in. So far they look fine. You couldn't even tell the difference which one is what, because even the shade, like I said, when you put that on it looked very dark, but once you actually buff it in and blend it in, it kind of just goes with this my skin and matches my skin. So that's the foundations on. I'm just gonna go finish my full face and come back and show you what it looks like. And of course I'm also going to be doing check-ins so you can see how the foundations are lasting throughout the day, because we are doing a wear test. But yeah, I'm gonna go off and get the rest of this face done. Now I have a full face of makeup done, and this is what it is looking so far. So this is the Huda Beauty side and this is the Makeup Revolution side. I've applied the powders, the bronzer, the blush, the highlighter, pretty much everything that needs to be applied. I can't really tell the difference yet. You can't. The foundation looks pretty much like it's one foundation. You couldn't really tell the difference between the expensive and the cheap one. I'm just going to take a mirror here just to have a close-up look. The foundation is looking perfectly fine on both sides. So it's all up to the wear test to see how long it's gonna last, see how long the foundation is actually going to last on both sides, because this one I know for a fact it lasts for 10 hours, apart from it was going away from my nose, but that was because we're wearing the face masks, because that's what we need to do now, is wear a face mask. So the foundation looks fine. Only place that my foundation normally sits in, because when I do my eyebrows or anything like that, I always frown my forehead, and so it's always going to sit here because it's where my lines are. But apart from that, I have no complaints regarding these foundations. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to check in a few hours to let you know, guys, how the foundation is looking. So it's 9:41 just now. If you can see the time here, 9:41. I'm just going to check it in a few hours to let you know how the foundations are. But so far, when they're applied and all my base is done, it looks fine. There's no issues. So yeah, I'll check back in a few hours. So this is the check-in, and it is 1:15 just now. And I've had this foundation on for pretty much nearly 4 hours. So far, you can really tell the difference. My face is still shiny, it's glowing, but you can't really tell the difference. What side is the more cheaper one and more expensive one? Because this one was the Makeup Revolution and was £5.99, and then this one was the most expensive one, which was the Huda Beauty Stick Foundation, which was £32. And to be fair, both sides look fine. There's no issues. Just take my little mirror just so I can have a close-up look. But when I'm looking from the distance, it looks fine. I'm having a close-up look, and I am not seeing any issues apart from, of course, my oily skin, but that's just me. But I still got foundation pretty much everywhere. There's no foundation coming off apart from just a little bit round here, but that's just because it's quite dry, that area, just for me just now. But I still have loads of foundation on my nose. I still have foundation everywhere. So far for 4 hours, it's not too bad, because I know for a fact this lasts for 10 hours. So that is the check-in just now, and then I'll check back in a few hours and let you know how it's going. But so far, I'm having no issues. It looks fine. Can't really tell the difference. So yeah, I'll see you back in a few hours. Quick check-in, and it's 10 o'clock now, and I've had this foundation on since roughly 9 o'clock when I put it on, but when I finished all my base makeup it was 20 to 10, but this is what it's looking like. So this is the Huda Beauty side, and as you can see, it's stuck around this area, still on my face, still around here. And then this is the cheap side, and pretty much kind of similar, but it's stuck under my eyes and my forehead. It's actually stuck a lot more on this side than the Makeup Revolution side. As you can see, it's quite gone. And I was wearing a face mask, so it's not going to be on my nose much, and it's also going to rub off a little bit around here because I had to go to work. But I don't know. That is the kind of final check-in, and I've had this foundation on for 12 hours on both sides, of course, duh. So I've had this foundation on for 12 hours, and that is the final check-in of the foundation. And to be honest, I think the Huda Beauty done so much better than the Makeup Revolution one. It didn't last as long onto my skin. And also another thing, when my partner came home, he says, because I asked him, does he see a difference with the foundations? I can see it in the camera right now that this side looks better than that side. See, I still have foundation on this side, as that side's it's not there. But anyway, I asked my partner if he can see a difference if I have a foundation on, if he can see a difference with the foundations, and he turned around and says, that's cheap, that's expensive. And I says, how do you know? And he's like, that looks more shiny and that doesn't. So that was his verdict to the foundations. But yeah, that's the final check-in, and I still prefer the more expensive one. It lasts longer, as that one is better if you're using a foundation to go to work. Just a little cover, nothing much, as that one's more expensive. Leave it for a night out, maybe more special occasions, because that's what I probably will do. I'll probably use the cheap one for when I go to work or do errands, run around, stuff like that. I'll probably use the cheap one. The expensive one, then so much of it out of a job. So that's my final thoughts. So see ya.